Number two, I don't think we've properly grappled with how many of the jobs you guys think are going to exist that won't because of artificial intelligence. There will be massive displacement of mid-level management. And I actually think engineering is still going to be around because I think hardware we haven't yet thought through. We've had software revolution in the last 20 years and not a hardware revolution.
Okay.
So I think the future will actually belong to the engineers, so you guys are in the right thing.
Okay,
Because we need far more engineering minds that are actually able to put things together and how they work.
Right.
Whereas software, I think that's going to be largely displaced by artificial intelligence.
Okay.
But look, Purdue, I will say this, Purdue, to your credit, no tuition hikes for 15 years, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that deserves credit. More
Right.
pro-free speech than not. The university's treated us really well here.
That's good.
But generally, if you're going to go to Purdue or any other school, or IU, let's pick on IU, right?
Yeah, come on.
If you go to
You got me
IU
now.
and you're studying North African lesbian poetry,
Yeah,
that's not a great use of your time.
I would agree.
Right, but if you're here studying, as the other gentleman who disagreed, aerospace engineering, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
So Purdue largely is an exception as an engineering school. I imagine you guys have humanities departments too, though, here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I
Yeah.
think most of the humanities departments kind of go hand in hand with STEM. So, for example, like there's one of the big programs in the School of Liberal Arts is Degree Plus or Degree in 3, where you can double major and get a humanities degree alongside a STEM degree or whatever else you're studying. So I think like that's important. And also as a chemistry major, hopefully a scientist soon, arts and humanities are very important, and science is very human. And I think that is what's going to keep us kind of afloat from AI. So I think it's still important.
That's actually
right?
a great
Like,
argument. But I would say the humanities, and this is a fact, have tilted insanely far to the left, right? They are very postmodern, very critical theory driven. And so if you're studying the humanities, if you're studying Plato, Aristotle, and Augustine, and Socrates, and the classics, I think that's great. But if you're studying like Foucault and Derrida and Kimberly Crenshaw and Derek Bell, like I don't know if that's really worth your time. Here's the large part of it. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
Generally, kids that go to college do not have a direct career path as to why they're there and why they're borrowing the money. That's just a fact. And I think we have way too many kids going to college in this country, and we do need actually more. We need more mechanics, we need more carpenters, we need more welders, more HVAC, more entrepreneurs. And again, I do have to exempt engineering from a lot of my critique, as I do in my book, by the way,
Right.
because I think that we have a ridiculous deficit in engineering in this country.